Beyond the bullet points, the resume revealed. Welcome, everyone. Today, we're doing a really fascinating exploration, dissecting a professional story that's just, well, really compelling.
Mm.
We're diving deep into the resume of Georgie Summers. It's a document that, honestly, our team finds exceptionally well crafted, really insightful.
Absolutely. It offers some valuable lessons, I think, for all of us to explore together.
Definitely. We talk a lot about how a resume is more than just, a list of jobs.
Right?
And George's is such a prime example of that.
It really is. So our goal today is kind of understand the strategies behind how it's put together. We're drawing right from the resume itself and our team's initial thoughts on it.
Exactly. We want to uncover the thinking behind it, the choices she made, the impact they have, and sort of the overall story that makes this resume work so well.
Yeah.
And by looking closely, using the resume in our analysis, we can see how all sorts of different experiences can come together to build a really powerful professional profile.
Which is something I know many of you listening are probably thinking about for yourselves, how to weave it all together.
Okay, so let's unpack this.
So one of the first things I think that really jumps out about George's resume is this immediate sense of uh, creative leadership. It just radiates it,
Yeah, you feel it right away.
especially evident in her role at Maestro Consulting Services. That was, what, 2019 to 2023?
Right, as their brand identity developer and art director. And it's clear she wasn't just, ticking boxes or executing tasks someone else planned.
No, not at all. The responsibilities listed cover a really significant scope. We're talking both internal and external visual communication.
And not just for the main Maestro brand, but also for, it looks like, multiple healthcare companies they worked with, including Symphony Care Network. That's complex.
It is. And what's really interesting is how she describes her role proactively. She uses phrases like projecting the company's mission statement through branding.
That phrasing really stands out. It signals a very deliberate approach, a strategic one.
Exactly. Using her skills, communication, graphic design, not just to make things look good, but to actively reinforce the core values, the mission of the organization.
Precisely. And then you look at the actual tasks listed. Designing branded materials, creating company-wide templates, collaborating on major branding initiatives.
Producing marketing content, even developing the design themes for corporate events. It's a lot.
It shows the breadth and the depth of her impact, doesn't it? These weren't just, like, one-off projects. They were integrated.
Yeah, and if we connect this to that bigger idea, it really demonstrates what we often call strategic impact. It's not just about aesthetics, though I'm sure the work was visually strong. It's about intentionally aligning everything with the company's bigger goals and message.
You can almost see the intent behind it. Every
Mhm.
piece working together to build that unified brand voice. Her strategy is clear.
Okay, so we have this strong picture of creative leadership in her main corporate role.
Right. But this is where I think it gets really compelling. How her experiences outside of that job add even more layers.
Yes, that's a key part of why this resume feels so complete. Her activities beyond Maestro Consulting, they paint this picture of someone who's really involved, really committed.
Like her position as president of the board of trustees for Crown Academy
Huh?
started in 2020.
And then nominated as president just 2 years later in 2022. That shows increasing responsibility, trust from her peers.
And it's not just that one role. She's also listed as a board member at the Heart. That's an organization supporting people with special needs.
Right, a little bit new, since 2021.
And also a board member at North Suburban Day School, again since 2021, where her focus is specifically mentioned as recruitment and marketing to boost enrollment.
Which ties back nicely to her professional skill set, doesn't
It
it?
does. And what's crucial here for you listening is to see these aren't just, casual volunteering gigs.
No, absolutely not. These are serious commitments. They involve leadership, governance, strategic thinking.
She's applying her skills, the same ones she used at Maestro, to make a real difference in areas she cares about.
And that demonstrates what we sometimes call holistic development. It shows you're bringing your skills and commitment to various parts of your life, not just your 9 to 5. Applying skills for social good.
It really rounds out the picture, showing someone focused beyond just their job description. Okay, now let's talk about something that can be tricky on a resume. Career breaks.
Mm-hmm. A common question.
George's resume includes a period listed as family care. It was in Redwood, CA from 2013 to 2018.
And the way it's presented is, I think, quite effective. It's just straightforward, clear, included right there in the timeline.
Exactly. It doesn't feel like something hidden or apologized for. It's just stated. matter of fact.
And that itself sends a message, doesn't it? It suggests resilience, maybe the ability to prioritize different things at different times.
Yeah, it gives a glimpse of a whole person, someone who navigates different life stages. It doesn't invite awkward questions, it just states a fact.
Precisely. The underlying strategy or the intent seems to be acknowledging a significant life event, honestly, but without letting it overshadow the professional story.
Right, it's integrated, part of her journey, and she owns it confidently.
Okay. So we've looked at her corporate role, her community leadership, how she handled a career break.
So, pulling this all together, what are the key insights? What are the actionable takeaways for you, the listener? We've distilled a few core lessons from George's approach.
Let's call them golden nuggets. Nugget number one, own your full story. Don't shy away from those career breaks or those diverse, maybe nonlinear experiences. Think about how you can frame them.
Frame them to show skills, growth, resilience.
Exactly. The intent here is to present a complete, authentic narrative. And honestly, that's usually a stronger narrative.
Okay, golden nugget two.
Translate passion into impact. Look at George's nonprofit work. It's not just a list of organizations.
No, it clearly shows leadership, strategic thinking, real community engagement, real impact.
And the lesson for you is to show employers how your passions, the things you do outside work, actually translate into valuable skills. Skills you bring to any role. They're transferable.
Makes sense. What's number three?
Golden nugget three. Quantify your creativity. Or maybe, better put, highlight the value of your creative work.
That can be hard sometimes, putting numbers or clear impact on creative output.
It can be, but it's crucial. George's phrasing about projecting mission statements through branding is a great example. It shows the purpose, the strategic value behind the design.
So the intent isn't just, I made nice things, but my creative work achieved X goal, proving the value.
Precisely. Prove that your creativity delivers tangible, meaningful results.
Got it. And the last one, gold nugget four.
Showcase your versatility. George's resume doesn't pigeonhole her. It shows a really broad skill set.
Yeah, you see brand identity, but also art instruction, print production, lots of different facets.
And this demonstrates adaptability, a wider spectrum of capabilities. The intent here is to broaden your appeal. Show you're not just a one-trick pony.
Makes you more valuable to more potential roles or projects. Okay, those are four really solid takeaways. Now, we should probably also touch on the more standard sections like skills and education.
Right. Quickly running through those. The skills section is pretty informative. She lists the expected software, Adobe Suite, MS Office, Google Workspace, standard stuff now.
But also those more specific skills we mentioned, like art instruction, print production setup, even essay writing is listed there. Interesting mix.
Yeah, it reinforces that versatility point again. And her education is similarly diverse. Impressive, too.
Okay, so she has an associate's from Pratt Institute in graphic design, deans and presidents lists, so high achievement there.
Then studies in visual communication at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, another top school.
And before that, a BA in liberal arts with a minor in psychology from SUNY Purchase College, again, president's list, and an award for Best Senior Capstone Project.
Wow. Okay, so graphic design, visual communication, liberal arts, psychology. That's quite a mix.
It really is. The resume even mentions specific areas of study within that liberal arts degree. Art history, literary studies, sociology.
And even psychology of sensory development, child development, learning, and memory.
You can sort of see how that background, especially the psychology part, might feed into her understanding of branding and communication, right?
Absolutely. It adds this whole other dimension. That interdisciplinary approach likely really enriches her creative work and her strategic thinking. It's not just about the visuals.
Definitely adds depth. And then there's the community involvement and volunteering section, which lists even more activities.
Yeah, it's quite extensive. United Fund Commission member.
Women Talk contributing food editor. That's different.
Jewish Study Network cooking demo instructor. Westchester Torah Academy founding member and marketing consultant.
Rate Academy art instructor and cookbook editor. Young Congregation of Newtown Women's League organizer.
It's a long list. But again, it reinforces that theme of being multifaceted, deeply engaged.
So if you tie all these threads together, the corporate work, the board positions, the education, the volunteering, even how the career break is handled.
You really do get this picture of an exceptionally well-rounded and impactful person. It's the combination of all these things that makes the resume so strong. It's not just one single thing.
Right. It paints a complete picture. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think the central message really comes through clearly. Your resume, it's your canvas. It's for your unique story.
Hmm.
It's about showing not just what you did, the job titles, the tasks, but who you are as a professional, the unique blend of value you bring.
And that leads to a good reflection point for you, listening. What parts of George's resume really struck a chord with you?
Hmm.
Did anything resonate particularly strongly?
Yeah, and maybe think about your own story. Have you successfully woven in experiences that aren't strictly traditional? Or maybe, how could
How
you?
can you frame those diverse parts of your background to strengthen your narrative?
Definitely food for thought. And as always, if you're feeling inspired and you'd like us to potentially take a look at your anonymized resume for a future deep dive,
Please do. You can submit it through the secure portal on our website. We'd love to see them.
we learned so much from looking at different approaches.
Keep going beyond the bullet points.